Jonathan, let's talk about tech birthdays this week.
Yes, this week we're covering June 28th through July 4th.
Why don't we just say July 4th, because those are the only birthdays we have.
This week we only have two birthdays, and they're both on July 4th.
Isn't that sad? Why? I mean, we couldn't find anything, huh?
No, we need more tech people born in July.
I know. Come on, people. Get with it. What do we got first?
We have Donna Dubinsky,
Donna Dubinsky.
who is a co-founder of Handspring.
Who is, and what did Handspring do?
Handspring did the first little assistant, the PDA Palm that we've talked about.
Yeah, yeah.
The little Palm.
Integrated the development of the personal digital assistant. This was, I feel like this was the gateway to cell phones, the way that the existence of cell phones today. It's like you can't live without a cell phone. It's like ubiquitous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so Donna Dubinsky.
They did call it a palm because it was in your palm.
Yeah.
It fit in your palm. It wasn't like a huge notebook or like, something big.
What's interesting is that she was the CEO of Palm, and then she co-founded like a competitor called Handspring.
Huh?
So this was literally a competitor to Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. Interesting. You think the Palm would ever make it back?
Nah. I mean, like, I feel like if it would have, the iPad would have still been around or would have been more popular.
Oh, the iPad. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Android's just taken over the world. So, and iOS has also taken over the world. So, yeah. So, but she's been involved in quite a few things. She has served on the board of the Stanford Healthcare and Twilio. It's kind of interesting. And she's also served on the board of Yale University. Wow. That's kind of cool. I mean, this woman's done quite a bit. I mean, she's been on several boards. I've been a member of several boards and
pretty prestigious titles.
Yeah. So, I mean, she graduated from Yale, so she's probably using her connections. Yale University and Harvard Business School.
Cool.
I wonder what they teach in those schools. I wonder if they actually teach or they just give you good connections. I wonder, like, I know a lot of people during the pandemic, because it was all online, they're like, no, like, why am I going to pay this huge tuition for a prestigious university when I'm not going to be connecting with people, So people actually took some time off from these prestigious universities until they get to go back on campus. But that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Next, we have Steven Sasson, inventor of the digital camera.
Man, this guy, he turned photography on its head, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, digital is the only way cameras are right now. Unless you do Polaroids. They're still kind of around.
Did you ever do any film photography? Were you ever privileged to any of that?
I do some photography on the side sometimes.
No. But did you ever do film photography?
Not film, no. I've never done film.
So in high school, there was a photography class and we would do black and whites, so the black and white film was pretty affordable by the time I was in high school, which was back in the Stone Age, So, but we had a dark room, so we had to go and fill up our film in a dark room. I mean, it had there couldn't be any light So you couldn't even see the hand in front of your face, you know? So you had to be really like, and you had to wear these gloves, like these silky smooth gloves, so that as you roll the film onto the reel, and then you lock it in, it had to be completely dark, and that like cylinder that would hold the film would be what would be like what would take the picture and stuff. So I had the privilege of working with that. So it's a lot of work.
You would roll film in the dark? So how do you can't see anything? You just have to do it in the dark?
Yeah. Yeah. So what would happen is like you would walk into the room when there's light.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then so you kind of knew where everything was at. It wasn't like you just walked into a dark room and it's like, oh my God, what am I doing in here? Right. So you actually walked in, there was light, but everything was in containers that prevented light from getting through to the film. Otherwise, the film would just get ruined if there was any light. And then so you would close the room and you would turn on the red light to kind of situate yourself. So you would start to dim the lights so that your eyes would get used to it. But at the very end, I mean, once you kind of knew where the reel was at, the film reel, for you to be able to roll your, you get your container, put it in front of you to get ready, and then you would turn off the red light completely. And then you would start feeling, where you left stuff, and you would like start rolling it. And once you rolled it, I believe there was always some percentage of film that would be wasted, because once you put it into a little container, then you would turn on the light, so you'd have like a strip this long that you would then cut, because you didn't want to use the scissors in the dark. So you just cut. I don't remember if you cut it or if you had a mechanism that you would just pull. I don't remember. But I do remember it happened in the dark. And then when you would go through your film and you would, done all your exposures, you have to go back into the dark room and process your film. And so this time I believe that you can have in very, very low light. I mean, you can barely see anything. And so you would have it in very low light, and you would put it into some chemicals to, solidify it. It was a big process. It would take forever. You're talking about, if the class was 1 hour, 5 days a week, you probably had the opportunity to load your film in one class, or load as many rolls as you needed. And then you would go out and shoot. You go to your next classes, and in between classes or at lunch or during a nutrition break, you would go in and shoot. And you would check out the cameras as well, And then the next day you would come back and you would put your film in chemical to like lock it. And so once you lock it in, then you can expose it to light, and you're able to see it by putting it up to the light, and then the third day would be the day that you would actually do the exposure on photography paper. So you would put your film, and light would shine through, and it would expose it on a photo paper. And then you would put your photo paper through another chemical to show the picture. So it would literally take 3 days to be able to process pictures. So now it's just as simple as picking up your phone, snapping a shot, boom, your picture's there. You know exactly what the results were. And if it was bad, you're like, oh, gotta take it again. Hold on, guys, hold it there. You're going to take another one, And so yeah, digital photography really changed the face of photography. If you think about it, if you were doing a wedding, you had one shot to get those pictures right.
Yep.
I mean, now it's, if you screw it up a little bit, you can take it back to Photoshop and fix it a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Steve Sassone. I mean, this guy just completely changed the world of photography. That's cool. That is very cool.
All
Happy
right.
birthday, Steven. I think he's still alive, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He lives in New York. Yeah. That's very
Pretty
cool.
amazing stuff. And that's
Yeah.
all we have in This Week in Tech.
Yeah, this is kind of sad. We only have 2 people born on 4th of July, Independence Day. Well, until next time.